People who have glossophobia, they have something called self-fulfilling prophecy. It's when you have fear of the symptoms of social anxiety. You fear of the trembling of hands, of the shaky voice that you get when you have social anxiety, and the sweating and everything. You have fear of those symptoms, which just makes your glossophobia much worse.
I just want to give my opinion about Hamza's intervention. Basically, I disagree with you when it comes to 2 points that you have mentioned. For the first point, I think you have said that our parents, or let's say the people that are the Moroccan people that are, let's say, in the old generation are like more able to face the problem of glossophobia. They are more likely to talk to public, to talk to a huge crowd, because basically when you talk about the old generation, they were open to, let's say, their neighbors or even strangers. They were those kind of people who can communicate with others, who can open their doors to their neighbors, to strangers. So that's why they're like more likely to have the courage in order to talk to a public. But for me, I think that I do disagree with you, because I feel like that our parents or even our grandparents don't really talk to us about the importance of public speaking, and that we really need to learn this as a skill, because it is important and required by a lot of jobs, or it is crucial for our future careers or studies.
Malek said that the educational system might be a factor that leads to the fear of speaking in public. As we all know, the traditional Moroccan education system focuses on rote learning and memorizing rather than supporting critical thinking and open dialogue. So students may have fewer opportunities to develop their confidence, to express their opinions or articulate their thoughts in front of a crowd. The second thing, which is very rare, it is the respecting authority. So in the Moroccan communities have that strong cultural emphasis on respecting elders and authority, and this respect may lead to the fear of speaking out or challenge ideas in front of a crowd. And the third thing, which is a lack of practice. So in many areas, unfortunately, we don't have, there may be fewer opportunities to individuals to develop their public speaking, which is very important for our personal growth, to make to play on our greatness and own personal willingness.
I see Moroccans as people who not learn from their mistakes, but adapt to them. Moroccans, I've seen many Moroccan presenters when they make some technical mistakes, they quickly adapt it to the situation and make it like it was a pre-planned.
And I think I want to give a small story about me last year. I think when there was a competition about public speaking and I participated in it. But in the middle, I quit. I was really stressed, I couldn't do it. But in the end, when I went home, I was like crying like a baby because I couldn't do it. Then I started learning new things. I started to improve myself. I knew I had to change something, because once I made those mistakes, I knew something in me has to change. This year, when I participated again, I won. I got first place in Morocco. Morocco. And one point I want to mention is that we don't have a boring topic. We only have boring speakers.
As Ms. Hajar said, we as Moroccan people, we are so judgmental. So that's one of the reasons that makes Morocco an exception. One thing too is we have this culture that we should not make mistakes. It is not allowed to make mistakes. And that's, bad culture. We should not have this mindset. And we also, when we speak about public speaking, it's not just the public speaker who should be good. we as an audience should be active listeners. We should know how to listen to him. We should know how to listen carefully. We shouldn't just hear him make mistake and start laughing at him. We also have a duty to the public speakers.
That combines both of anxiety and fears, especially when it comes to speaking. And of course, as I already mentioned, that Moroccan people are not an exception, because we've been speaking about European and American, or let's say Western in general, and we said that among the reasons that cause, or let's say that contribute to that problem, we spoke about negative experiences, and we spoke about people that tend to become perfect, and also we spoke about learned behavior, and also, or let's say those reasons that I state can be also applied, or let's say can also interpret the reason glossophobia for Moroccans. So whenever we're speaking about negative experiences, maybe it can be like in a previous experience, maybe you've been ridiculed. So this can trigger glossophobia. And the best example I can give it, or let's say I can state, is my story. Actually, I was in 7th grade, and it was my first experience in presenting. It was actually here in High Up, and the subject was about the use of solar energy in agriculture. And I think that some of my friends here remember it very well. So in general, I can say it was bad. So with all humility, it was bad. So even though it doesn't prevent me from, or let's say from giving, or let's say from sparing no effort in order to get to the best version of my performance. Okay, so this is the first reason, and then we come to the second reason, which is about learned behavior. And whenever we're speaking about learned behavior, we're speaking about something which is dependent on the environment. And of course, whenever we're speaking about the environment, we're speaking about people, or let's say we're speaking about parents, we're speaking maybe about teachers, neighbors, or even friends. But especially we're speaking about parents, because if your parents are actually, tending to avoid social interaction, so you'll be someone who lacks audacity, you'll be someone who is shy and who is also timid, and this can create a problem while presenting and or let's say in general while interacting with others.
When the children are next to their parents and some guests come up to the house, and the children are so decided to speak next to those guests, and automatically the parents stop those children. And in that moment, the time when it was the first experience of the children testing like the public speaking, they just stop him and don't let him finish that experience. And what I want to add is that we Moroccan, we have that mindset of doing everything perfectly and not learning from our mistakes. The fear of public speaking is the same as excitement. The difference is that we don't know how to accept that feeling and how to deal with it, because the difference is in our mind. The difference is how we accept that feeling, because sometimes when we fear, we have that voice in our head, the voice that says that you can't speak in front of all those people. They're gonna judge you. They're gonna say that you made mistakes. But if you're gonna accept that this is not a fear, this is an excitement. And
okay, so Mr. Khalid, I do agree with you when you say that Morocco is not immune from glossophobia, and that is totally true. But what I say is that Morocco has a predisposition, which is the fact that parents or the oldest generation isn't affected by glossophobia, because as I said, they were very sociable and they were very open to the world. So we can at least make glossophobia partially disappear in our country.
I feel like the most major causes behind the fear or the glossophobia is the lack of experience, as my friend said. Most of the students don't practice public speaking at school during their whole life, their educational life, which will make them not have the ability to express their ideas, convey their messages, communicate with people, and even understand the messages of the others. And when it comes to searching for a job and taking it seriously, they find that they will face some high standards and requirements, and this will make them just step away, lose interest, and give up on their dreams. And
Glossophobia has been a worldwide phenomenon which is acting as a monster throughout many years concerning the vast majority of people who have been affected by that, leading them to be immersed into fear, anxiety, and frustrations, actually preventing them from freeing out their creativity, expressing freely, and much more. Concerning the Moroccan society, we've got the problem of communication, the interconnection between members. I'm very concerned about families. The cultural exchange is missing throughout the years of technology development. Nevertheless, we can empower this communication by exchanging our thoughts, whether our differences are.
Society, we see people that are very judgmental. They judge you in either a bad way, good way. They have very big opinions about you as a person. Either they know you or they don't. That's what creates the fear of being judged, social anxiety, and it's not just in presenting, it's also in social gatherings, in family gatherings. There are Moroccans who have the fear of even speaking up because of everybody looking at them and having the attention only on them. Having attention only on you just makes the stress much bigger than it already was. So to see these eyes, judgmental eyes, look at you just makes it worse. And we can see that glossophobia is spreading a lot in Morocco specifically.